Hello everyone, welcome back to Football Now for a preview of the latest round of Premier League fixtures. We'll be talking you through the betting odds and giving our own predictions as well. As you can tell by the title of this video, we focus on Everton versus Chelsea, one of three games kicking off at 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Everton hosting Chelsea at Goodison Park. Before we get into the game in more detail, Connor, do you want to talk us through those betting odds first of all?
Yeah, I haven't got a clue. I think these are two of the most unpredictable sides in the Premier League. The bookmakers don't really know what they're doing. I mean, they've put 14-11. What the hell's 14-11? I mean, they've just invented odds there, haven't they? I mean, 14-11. You'll never see that. I don't know where they've got that from, but just above evens. So they've put Chelsea as slight favourites, but don't put anything on it. Please don't put anything on. I mean, how can you predict this? You've got Everton who they can lose one game and win the other game. And that's not a criticism, by the way, because considering what they've been doing for the past two seasons, they are winning a lot more games than what they normally do. And then you've got Chelsea, who you just keep thinking that at some point they're going to click. But we've been saying that ever since the Thomas Tuchel days, which seem like a decade ago now, don't they? They lost last time out 2-1 to Manchester United. But before that, they beat Brighton 3-2. And they had a man sent off for 45 minutes. Before that, 4-1 defeat to Newcastle. And then before that, they got a point scoring 4 goals against Chelsea. Then before that, we'll forget the Tottenham game because they're playing against 9 men. So yeah, it's it really is just so up and down. Everton's form is, I have to say Everton's form is more up than down. I mean, there was that 3-0 defeat at home to Manchester United, but aside from that, they beat Nottingham Forest last time out away. They also beat Crystal Palace before that away 3-2. Good draw against Brighton and then a 3-0 against Burnley. So they're in 18th place, but of course there was that 10-point deduction. So you take away that 10-point deduction, which I've always said I think will either be suspended or they'll get some points back. And, all of a sudden they're sitting in, 14th place. So Everton on the pitch are in a good place at the moment. And if that point deduction stands, they carry on doing what they're doing, then I think they'll be absolutely fine. Everton's recent record against Chelsea as well is very, very good. Earlier this season at Stamford Bridge, they got a 2-2 draw. Before that, they lost, but then before that, they had a 1-0 victory against them, and then a draw before that. So, yeah, it's hugely difficult to predict this game. Chelsea do go off as slight favourites, but I really won't put any credence into that.
No, Everton obviously are taking on. Playing tonight, aren't they? They take on Newcastle at home. So we don't know if you're watching this after that game, but that's game still yet to play. It's a difficult game, obviously, against Newcastle. A tough ask for them, but I think they'll be fancying their chances. Against Chelsea on Sunday, certainly. Chelsea, like you said, been very, very inconsistent, losing away at Man United. Midweek, and I think I touched on it a couple of weeks ago. Everton right now, there seems to be this resilience there, which has been brought in by that points deduction, where everyone does seem to be unified. And Goodison Park all of a sudden seems like they got the fire, stoked the fire in their belly, and they almost want to give that middle finger to the Premier League and ensure their survival in spite of that deduction. I personally think they will. I think they win. If they win tonight, which is a big ask, like I said, but if they do, they're out the bottom 3, which is pretty remarkable and says a lot about the 3 sides down there, I think, also. But in terms of Chelsea, where they are, they're 10th, and I think that's a fair reflection. I don't think we said United are punching above their weight. I think Chelsea are exactly where they should be and where they deserve to be based on this season. We've said it so many times, it's going to be a difficult first season for Pochettino. If he is afforded that time, maybe, I think you'd back him to improve on where they are now. A big if he is afforded that time. But when you sign that many players and have that many go, it's going to be. Does he know what his first 11 is yet? I don't know if he does.
I think it's difficult with the injury list to actually, to actually work that one out. But even still, with the players that they've got fit, they should be doing better.
Yeah, you mentioned the injury list. I'll go through it now. It's quite lengthy. Chalobah, Chilwell, Chukwuemeka, Fofana, Gusto, Madueke, and Kunku Ugochukwu all ruled out.
Very good pronunciations there.
Thank you very much. I was in fact, the pressure was on. Getting a bit hot. And then Bettinelli and Lavia. Lavia still hasn't kicked the ball for them, which is remarkable. Big sign
Hey,
of
what, when
himself.
all these players are fit, Paul Mercer's going to have an absolute nightmare.
He's a Chelsea fan as well, so I'm sure
He
he'll
is
be
a
loving.
Chelsea fan. It's just going to be all goo goo gagas and stuff like that. I'm not being racist there. I'm taking the piss out of Paul Merson's pronunciation. I'm not slandering any names.
Staying well away from that. Chelsea, of course, still in the EFL Cup as well. They've got a game against Newcastle coming up in a couple of weeks, but they're not in Europe, are they? Chelsea, no, they're not. That will be
it's almost in Championship.
Yeah, that will be a benefit to Pochettino, though. I think that you give him that extra time to try and lay those foundations in. They've had a lot of red cards. I've not got the stats to back me up, but every time I see Chelsea play, they always seem to have a red card.
Been a lot of red cards this season. I think there was like 4 or 5 off last year's total, and that was a few weeks ago. We're probably at that now. It's mad, because the referees are making themselves center of attention. Maybe Mike Dean wasn't the problem.
No,
maybe Mike Dean wasn't the problem.
No, maybe not after all. And then again, seeing some of his analysis on Soccer Saturday, I'm going to share.
Wow, yeah.
He was part of it.
Balls.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. The Chelsea fans, you'll be glad to know you don't have a bold referee this weekend. It's Michael Oliver in Goodison Park. He's one of the better ones, I think.
He is.
So there's a glimmer of hope for Everton and Chelsea fans there. Having said all that, we'll move on to our predictions. You can see I'm ahead on the predictor table right now. Connor will be looking to close the gap this weekend and in the fixtures which will remain in from midweek.
I've already tapped in your prediction. I know what you're going to say. What's your prediction?
I'm going to go 1-0 Everton.
Are you really? Oh, fuck.
Yeah. What did you think I was going to say?
Well, I thought he was going to say my prediction, which is a 1-1 draw.
I can see that.
I feel like when you can't predict either side, go down the middle. It's a bit like when you're watching the chase. If you don't know the answer, you go B and get it right.
Yeah. Well, the Goodison Park factor swayed me because I feel like they're going to be really up for it now between now and the end of the season with the Premier League and stuff. With everything just rumbling on in the background, and Chelsea.
Goodison Park is a myth. They're 18th place at home. They got 4 points out of 7 games.
They have, but that was before the deduction. And when they're fired up, and there's that club right now for the first time in years, they all seem to be singing from the same hymn sheet now. They're all together, and when they are together, it is a difficult place to go. Stands are close to the pitch. Who knows? Ultimately, no result would surprise me. Like you said, they're both difficult to predict.
17-0 would surprise me.
Yeah, no, not 16.
No. I reckon Chelsea are so unpredictable that they can score 16 goals, but I might ship 16 at the same time.
Yeah, there is that. Someone is spamming me on WhatsApp as well, by the way. I apologise if anyone can hear the noises in the background. That concludes.
I've just got a message saying to me that badminton's not been cancelled, but they found someone else, so I'm no longer needed. So Sam Woodhouse, if you're watching this, he's also bald. Bastard. Sorry, go on.
Right. I don't know what tangent we went off there. But right, that concludes our preview for Everton versus Chelsea. You let us know your thoughts down below in the comments. You can check out all our affiliated channels and all the other videos we'll be doing as well in the description and on the Football Now channel. We will see you over there. We've got a couple more games to preview from the Sunday matches. And yeah, we'll see you over there. Go check them all out. Thank you for watching.